guys, what's going on? I'm the Dog, and welcome back to another episode of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. The second episode of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, in fact. There's a dead trooper. Good to know. And he disappeared because he's not one that's going to reanimate. Here's a save station. Watch this be what our visor was just telling us about. I think it may have been. Wow. Here's our first save station in the game. Isn't that exciting? Doesn't it bring back those memories of Metroid Prime 1, I guess? Speaking of Metroid Prime 1, what I want to talk about in this that I'll probably be talking about a lot in this Let's Play, is differences between this game and Metroid Prime 1, particularly the reason people seem to not think very highly of this game while they love Metroid Prime 1. I mean, I don't know that people necessarily dislike this game, but they always seem a little cynical of it because it's, like, not as good as Metroid Prime 1. I'm going to say something controversial here. This game is just as good as Metroid Prime 1. Now, it might be nostalgia that's telling me to say this game is just as good, if not better than Metroid Prime 1, so I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say this game is just as good as Metroid Prime 1, but I think still a lot of people disagree with that. But I don't know. I like a lot of the features that some people claim are gimmicky and don't like, or just don't dislike things that other people dislike as much. Or, I mean, I don't dislike them as much as other people do. Here's another GF security scan. That bridge is a scan. Okay, industrial winch engaged. That's what we gotta do. Move that big crate out of the way. And it's going to sort of shoot off down that line. It seems awfully flimsy to be holding such a big crate, but you never know. And there's that mysterious door, but this has one more of these alien text things that we can't translate. Oh, be sure to scan this cocoon, because if you go too close to these, they, I don't care about that warning that breaking that will alert the other splinters. I'm just gonna destroy it. Predatory Insectoid Hunter. This is sort of one of our first common enemies, other than the zombie troopers, as I'm apparently calling them. They're just little bugs, not very dangerous, sort of like, I guess, more threatening versions of the beetles from Metroid Prime 1. Green Kralee, I love these things. Simple-minded creature can patrol turf in search of nourishment. Low threat index, avoid physical contact. The cousin to the dimensional shifting Kralee. The green Kralee spends its days roaming in search of food. A genetic defect prevents its back crystal from harnessing energy and opening warp portals. It is doubtful the green Kralee misses this ability. Yeah, there's another enemy. Barely even an enemy. It's in, like, okay, that one's not a research scan. He actually damaged me! Good job, Kralee. I'm not even gonna kill you. I love you. Shut up, I'm not weird. The Kralees they're not threatening at all, but, oh, did I? Oh, okay, they're red, but they're not, I don't know. They're not threatening at all, but the non-green ones have, like, a really cool ability where they can, like, warp between dimensions, but they can't control it, so it doesn't really do much anything good for them. And I don't know, I just think they're hilarious. Shut up. PFC M. Veroni. I think Haley's losing it. He talks to himself all the time, and he won't sleep. He almost shot me on watch the other night. I think he thought I was one of those things. I talked to the doc about taking him off the line, and he told me we need all the help we can get. That's true, but if he goes berserk and kills a bunch of us, that won't be very helpful. There's the classic thing of me doing a terrible Italian accent, and then for whatever reason it just transitions into a Soviet Russia accent. I make way too many Soviet Russia jokes. I just can't help myself. They're just so awesome in every way. I don't know. Here we have our official introduction to the temple grounds, which is the area we are currently in. You know, it's one of the sort of main large areas in the game in the same vein as Talon Overworld and Chozo Ruins and whatnot in the first game. Currently locked in place. Control panel nearby, and this thing is in need of maintenance. Further operations may lead to system failure. Here's another splinter. Splinters are not threatening. I feel like these guys are dying easier than they should have. Like I want to make sure, I almost want to go to the title screen and make sure that I am indeed playing on hard mode, because for some reason these guys seem really easy. But I mean, you saw me select hard mode. I'm on the right mode here. I don't know, these guys just seem not threatening at all. I mean, they're not tough enemies, but I feel like they should take a few more hits. Industrial winch engaged. This thing's gonna malfunction here and just sort of... Or I don't know if that was a malfunction, maybe it is supposed to just sort of sit there. But that thing is obviously not in perfect condition. And the game has to make it painfully obvious what we gotta do. This weak point is... It really is painfully obvious. Now this winch is gonna stay, or this crate is gonna stay here for the rest of the game. Structural integrity at 99.6%. That's awfully specific. Forgot to scan this thing earlier. This is a blast shield that can be destroyed by missiles, but of course we lost our missiles. So we can't do crap about that. At least we still have our charge beam though, so we still have some decent firepower. Here we have all the GF security scans, because we've scanned that other type of gate, which is apparently made of denzium, as is that rock thing there. Denzium is basically like Bendezium in Metroid Prime 1, just with a simpler name. So if you have played Metroid Prime 1 or watched my LP of it, you know what we need to destroy it, but I'm not going to spoil it for those who haven't, I don't think. Not yet, at any rate. The game will probably just spoil it for me eventually. It does that. Okay. Oh, hello, Splinters. Fancy meeting you here. How's the wife? How are the kids? Well, I don't think they'll be as good now, because apparently I killed their father. I'm a horrible person. Here's another trooper log. Bruta. We'll be making our stand here. The engineer tells me there's no way we'll get the ship's engines online, and atmospheric interference is scrambling our distress beacon. If anyone reads this, know that we did our duty and fought well. America. Okay, I had to. Comm system activated, initiating automated distress signal, adjusting transmitter for optimum performance. Get ready for the most amazing cutscene of something that does absolutely nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. We could 100% the game without ever doing that, just like with really all the blue scans, I suppose. And we can't do that. We can't activate that again because it's realized that it's obviously not working. We can scan this though. Local interference is jamming the signal, so until conditions cleared is effectively useless. Also, necrophilia. That is what my friend Cheese Pie likes to call these guys. Necrophilia. Because there's the parasites that are parasitizing them. And I don't know. You get it. Dead bodies, parasites, you know. Snurd. I'm eloquent. So there's kind of a turret here. That's a bit of a problem. It's a Growler class turret. They have names this time. A dated design, though still quite effective as a point defense system. It is lightly armored and fast-moving targets can evade its tracking system. Several copies of this system exist, including the Space Pirate Humility class turret. Now, there's splinters and a security turret, and for some bizarre reason, the security turret doesn't kill the splinters, even though that's what it's meant to do. Doesn't make any sense. So we need to get to this panel, but it's behind a wall, so we morph ball under here, simple enough. There's another trooper to scan the log of. M. Angseth. This is ridiculous. I can outshoot half the men here, and I'm stuck on monitor duty. I didn't join up to stare at a holoscreen. This wouldn't happen to Samus Aran. She'd be out there taking care of business, not pushing buttons and sending reports. Apparently we have a secret admirer. Or not so secret, but some sort of admirer. So this gate is derpy, it's malfunctioning, so we have to get under it very carefully to avoid being squeezed. Yes, squeezed. Why did I morph ball there? Didn't mean to morph ball there. Again. Derp. I looked at my computer for a second and screwed up. Okay, I could scan all this stuff before initiating the cutscene that's about to happen, but I won't be spoilerific. Let's just let this cutscene play. This is a pretty cool cutscene, actually. I think. Dead guy. Thingy apparently specifically made to interface with our arm cannon. Look at how perfectly it fits in there. This is going to tell us what happened to these GF troopers. Date cycle, numbers, Cosmos, final report, Task Force Heracles, Captain A. Exeter or something. While on patrol in the Dasha system, we engaged an unknown space pirate frigate. The enemy frigate was crippled and it crashed on the planet Ether. We followed the pirates, but our ship was damaged by a storm as we entered Ether's atmosphere. Huh, that happened to us too. There's some guys getting off the ship. Yeah. Heavy magnetic activity during the storm disabled our comm systems. So we've switched from having the nice animation to just having still frames. Unit set up an option, each unit was doing fine, no problems. Until they appeared. Bum bum bum! Like that flashing red monitor there. If you listen closely there, you can actually hear them saying stuff, in English, no less. So they had to change the audio for this cutscene between the different language versions of the game, I guess. So they're being attacked by a gigantic swarm of splinters, except these splinters are more kind of black and dark and... Okay. I have to admit, some of these guys are pretty bad at shooting. But that is a lot of dark splinters. Okay. Spoilers. That's what they're called. Original, right? And here's this guy here. Who's, I guess, I don't know. Oh, right, duh. He's sending out the distress beacon. This is where that distress beacon came from that we originally came to this planet tracking. We always seem to come to planets tracking a distress beacon, but then get embroiled into some other huge thing. Happens every time, without fail. I guess they changed the structure up a bit in Metroid Prime 3. I mean, they changed the structure a lot in Metroid Prime 3. But we can scan this guy, Captain A. Exeter. I'm beginning to think it was a real bad idea going down there. Reeves is right, that hive is just one of many. It's stupid to stir a hornet's nest, especially if you plan on sleeping under it. Okay, Reeves was right. Galactic Federation data terminal is inactive. This ship is actually a, scan GFS tier and her class on her class control ship. LCPLJ Broad. Man, I hope that's the only breeding ground for these things. If there's more, we're in big trouble. We had a hard enough time taking that one out of commission. I almost ran out of ammo. I never run out of ammo. So there's a whole bunch of these dead guys here. This is going to be like half of the total scans for these guys. Haley. I hear them everywhere. They're coming. Can't sleep. Ever. They'll eat me. Eat. I think that's the person the other guy was complaining about being crazy. Triplet. The Sarge says the splinters remind him of some killer bug he saw on another planet once. All I know is that things are fast and take a lot to drop. Pretty soon we'll have to go to bayonets. Everyone's low on ammo, even Broad, and he's the stingiest grunt I know. So, probably what I should just be dealing with right away is this big ordnance crate. Apparently contains a personal weapon system. Okay, heavy force, go! What do you know? It's a replacement missile launcher. Okay then. We now have our missiles back. That was quick. Suppose I could go, or wait, can I? It'll wait until later. Bah. Okay, here's some enemies. These are dark splinters, so these are the things with that attacked the ship. an alien symbiote. Host to a parasitic bioform. The presence of the parasite increases the target's overall combat threat level. Concentrated weapons fire will damage the target. Well, good to know, Scan Visor. Concentrated weapons fire will damage it. What a shocker. So these guys take a lot of hits down. Okay, I'm now reassured that I am indeed playing in hard mode, because they're taking about the amount... I kind of remember how much they took to kill him from my practice run, and this is about the right amount. I didn't actually think I was playing in normal mode, but it's kind of worrying. You can use some missiles to make these guys go faster. Missiles are practical because they got their homing, and can be fired more rapidly than charge shots, although each individual one actually isn't as powerful as a charge shot. I think there's still a trooper to scan. Yep. Milligan. Brutal lost the bet, so he switched to watch duty with me. I figured this section is nice and safe and boring, which suits me just fine. Let those other pugs guard the huts? What? Okay, well, that would be kind of creepy if it weren't interrupted by pugs? Who says that? Craney. Last night at Chow, Angza starts talking about some bounty hunter, and how she blew up a planet full of space pirates. I told her I didn't believe in fairy tales like that, and she took it personal. I just find it hard to believe that one person took out an entire space pirate base, that's all. But if she wants to believe in this Samus or Bigfoot or Santa Claus, she can. So apparently they still have Bigfoot and Santa Claus in space. Good to know. Here's another one of these alien text things. The hologram is green. Oh, okay, my computer is low on battery. That's not what... Okay guys, so, you learn something new every day, right? Well, today I discovered something I didn't know. Well, besides the fact that one of the USB ports on my computer is broken. Lovely. Apparently, Audacity cuts off recording when the power on my computer gets low and it gives me a little notification. Audacity, for some bizarre, incredibly stupid reason, takes that as a cue to stop recording sound. Yeah, I don't know either. So, I lost my commentary, but luckily just for the last couple minutes of this. I honestly, I probably should just keep my computer, plugged in when I'm recording, but I like to, you know, cycle the power up and down, so, it does, cause it damages the battery if you leave it plugged in while it's fully charged for a long time. So all we're doing here, what I was oh-ing excitedly about was that, we pretty much spend the rest of this episode on this ship, and we scan all those seats. Don't know why I get excited by those seats, but I think there was some sort of, I guess, meme you could say, or something when I was a kid where we thought those seats were really funny or cool for some reason. I don't really know. And we get that map station, so that's pretty useful. I'm not looking at the footage while recording this little voiceover, so I don't really know about timing here, but the map is going to show us, pretty much the rest of this entire Temple Grounds area, rather than just the sort of hive area, plus a couple additional rooms that we had from the first map station. And then we leave the ship. And that's about it. So I'll just have to be sure not to let my computer get to low power, or just check Audacity more in the future. I don't know. Hopefully this won't happen again. Sorry about that, guys. I'm the Dog, and I will see you guys next time with more Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.